Welcome to Archiving Across the Centuries. Let's take a look back at ways humans have shown their passion to hold onto their creations. These are early cave paintings. We assume to some degree for stories and tales to be archived. These are Egyptian and Mayan hieroglyphs. Here is a library. This is where we began to get better at storing printed material. Here is a museum, a home for art. Their archives preserve more than visitors could actually see. Here is an expensive newspaper archive. Over 3 centuries of newspapers are stored here. Here is the Internet Archive, an archive that takes snapshots of many parts of the Internet. But from here, human history is difficult to decode. That's because around the year 2010, humans began documenting everything. What they ate, what they drank, what they thought of baseball games, who they loved, who they hated. It should have been the start of a golden age for us historians. Instead, all that data overwhelmed the system. Humankind assumed it would be archived forever. It was the beginning of what we now call the Second Dark Age. In the aftermath, to put everything online, that era of human history got erased forever. Libraries stood strong for centuries. Data, we later discovered, was harder to preserve. It seems nothing was necessarily safe, large or small. It's a shame, as we know so little of what could have existed digitally in these dark years.
How important is that sometimes data may just disappear, whether it's by design or unintentional? And how can we prepare for this? What constitutes as something that's worthy of saving? How do we draw the line? Can we even draw the line? Would something we think is not important become more important in the future? What will we regret in 50 years and wish we had held on to? Or will we think we were naive and felt the need to save too much?
Let's think before it gets too late and consider what needs to be done to save our creations. Imagine the world without any history, no learning from our past missteps. For all we know, if we aren't careful, this episode itself may be lost in another 100 years. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Archiving Across the Centuries. Tune in next week as we take a look at memory implants and their impact on the human psyche.